You are listening to Reels Movie Podcast. I am your host, Z. And before I get into this review, let me remind you to subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment below, hit that bell for notifications, and you'll never miss a future episode. My Toy Story week wraps up tomorrow with my review of Toy Story 4, but that is tomorrow, and today I am going to be reviewing Toy Story 3. The toys are mistakenly delivered to the daycare center instead of the attic right before Andy leaves for college, and it's up to Woody to convince the other toys that they were abandoned and to return home. It's been 11 years since the release of Toy Story 2, so how could they really continue the story? It's very simple. Andy goes off to college, and the toys have to figure out what's next for them. This was a different change to the story overall, and Andy going away, and now the toys are lost. They don't know what to do anymore. They've already lost tons of their friends, and they don't know what's going to happen to them. From the previous two movies, the toys' main goal was to get home back to Andy. This time, they just want to find a new home. They eventually wind up in Sunnyside Daycare and meet new toys like Lotso the bear and the Ken doll. I like that they showed us a new alternative setting for the toys who we grew to love. Toys would be played with every day and get the love that they want and the playtime that they want. Then things quickly change. This is where the movie takes a really dark turn, and Lotso is shown to be this extremely evil toy that runs the daycare operation for the toys. He puts Buzz and the gang in the room with the younger kids. They just get thrown around, everything. They're getting destroyed. Pretty much anything you would think a young child would do to toys. We really haven't seen an evil toy like Lotso in this franchise. We did have the Prospector in the second movie, but he isn't even in the same class. We get an amazing backstory on Lotso and why he is so evil, and it works well with his personality and his reasoning on why he hates so and so owners. Out of all the villains in the Toy Story series, we had Sid, the Prospector, and Lotso. I really believe Lotso is the worst of them all because he really tried to destroy all the toys in the incinerator, which I'll cover in a moment, but no one else out of all the villains had that emotional impact on the franchise. Toy Story 3 is anything like the previous two. It is a lot darker and has many scary moments for the kids, especially one. You sit there, watch the movie, and you're seeing the toys being helpless, waiting to be destroyed in the fire. In your heart, you know they wouldn't end a series like this. You knew they weren't going to destroy these toys. But wow, for them to have the balls to do that and even milk it with all the toys accepting their fate and they're holding hands together. It was seriously a gut wrenching moment in the entire series. So massive kudos to the writing team for adding that scene in, adding this tense scene into the movie. Even though you know the outcome will be good, but they're just throwing that possibility of it ending completely, like ending the entire franchise in this scene. Everything does work out for Woody and the gang as they have a new owner, Molly. They get to have one more play moment with Andy and their new owner, Molly, before Andy leaves. It was a fitting end to the relationship between the toys and Andy. You can see on Andy's face the sadness when he looks back at the toys right before he leaves. I'm sure everyone who has felt that moment before when they had to give up their childhood at some point. That's when you realize that Andy is a grown up now. He's given up his toys, and his childhood's pretty much now a thing in the past. The scene of Andy driving off with Woody watching is a very tearful moment, and a smile when Woody finally accepts that Andy is out of his life. Throughout the movie, Woody tries to go back to Andy and even abandons his friends at the start when they first arrive at the daycare. So Woody really grew up as a character, especially at the end moment when he realizes Andy isn't his last owner and he accepts Molly being his new owner. But I think he's more happy that he's with his family, Buzz, Slinky Dog, Mr. Potato Head, uh, Rex. I think he's more happy with that than being with Andy. I'm going to give Toy Story 3 an A+. I want to thank you for listening to this episode of Reels Movie Podcast. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications, and you're never going to miss any future episodes of the podcast. And I'll see you later.